Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Home Studio Simplified channel. I'm your host with the most, Robert McClellan, bringing you a different sort of a challenge today. We're going to be building a song together. I do apologize for those of you who we had a little bit of a calendar fiasco where this was supposed to actually take place at 8 a.m. Did not happen. I'm not sure why I put it in there for 8 a.m. That's insane. So with that being said, we are going to be having this at noon or now. With that even being said, if this is your first time here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of a home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. We can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. And speaking of togetherness, these are individuals who, because of their ability to want to help out the community, have been awesome at supporting this channel and everything that we do here, helping individuals. Love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your generosity, whether it's through the monthly Patreon donations, through the donations here on the channel, through the membership on YouTube, or if it's through the super chat feature that you'll find in the lower, I believe it's left-hand side of your chat bar as you're watching now. That super chat feature, if you have a question that I'm not able to get to today, if you use that, it will force me to see that question, so it will be answered for surely. So yeah, let's see if what we can do with today's song. We'll actually be breaking down some stuff and answering some questions along the way. So before we get into that, though, I'm going to shoot this over to our sponsorship, which is, I'm so happy to be a proud mentor there on, I should say, I'm so proud to be a mentor there on the 𝗏𝗏 Academy. So let's give them a huge shout out right now. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏𝗏 Academy. The 𝗏𝗏 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏𝗏 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏𝗏 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. Okay, with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here today, for being participants in what we're going to be trying to do today. Let me get that light out of there. There we go. Today is going to be a little bit different from what we normally do, in the sense that I wanted to really kind of throw a monkey wrench in the way that we do things around here, which, by the way, I need to make sure I'm live on Instagram real quick. Hold on. This is what happens when you go live. All right, good deal. We're also live on Instagram and Facebook currently, trying a little bit of a different approach here. Good to see some individuals here in the chat that I haven't seen for a while. Tim Consley, good to see you, buddy. Jurgen, good to see you as usual. Mob the Gamer, it goes without saying. 𝗚𝗏𝗍, I believe he is a first timer. Let's give him a big crowd cheer. We got 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗿𝗏88, another first timer, and 𝗏𝗏𝗍 2. These are both first timers. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's give you all a big round of applause as well. Awesome. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be checking out a song that we're currently creating within the, sorry, I'm making sure this is loading up right. Okay, so not too long ago, we had what was called the Rocket Fuel Mixing Bundle. This was a thing that I just kind of threw out there really quickly, sort of a flash sale. This included every single one of the paid for courses that I sell. The Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course, the Creating a Song Step-by-Step video course, that's 2.0, not the one that's on YouTube now, which there is a playlist that I have of my first one. This one is the paid version. It goes a little bit more in depth. You get multi-tracks with it, all of that. And then the Compression Simplified course, all of that was bundled together. And then they also, those individuals who signed up for this, got 6 Skype sessions. These were group Skype calls where we all got together. We talked about all of the problems that they might be having, and we tried to solve those problems within those 6 sessions. Those are 1-hour sessions. Apart from that, at the end of each session, it was about 30 minutes of teaching, 30 minutes of Q&A. At the end of each session, we actually had a sort of a time where they would get some homework. I know, great. Everyone loves homework, right? But this kind of homework was actually useful. This was homework that you can take what you've learned in that, session, whether it be session 1, 2, or 3, and then apply that and use it to start actually seeing results. And what we seen was absolutely amazing. So by the 3rd session, we had an individual who had never created a song before. He created the song. Actually, he's in the chat here today, Jürgen. He created a song, sounded absolutely amazing. It was his first song he'd ever done. We also had an individual by the name of 𝗧𝗏 who was in the bundle. He ended up going from writing and producing 1 song a month to 5. And that's what this whole Rocket Fuel Mixing Bundle thing is about really just scaling up, scaling out, getting this thing fast and nailed down, and really, starting to build out whatever it is that you're doing. So, and this is applicable to anybody, whether you're a mix engineer, whether you're a musician, a home studio owner, whatever it is. It really worked out a lot for everyone. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and show you where we're at today as far as in the project. But first, I also want to talk about the actual, Jürgen says, true story. It reminds me of that old MTV thing, true stories from famous people. Well, Jürgen is definitely on his way to becoming famous if he keeps it up. He's got some amazing work. Just an excellent knowledge of all things music, which is definitely needful. So with that being said, we will go ahead and fly over to the desktop real quick. This is the song in question that we'll be working on today. This is a song that we are creating together within this collaboration group of those who signed up for the mixing bundle. So you're kind of getting to see like the very last homework assignment. And honestly, I threw myself in this one, so this was also my homework. I mean, what good would it do to lead individuals if you're not leading by example? And this has been one of those situations where I threw myself into this and said, okay, now I'm going to put into practice what I've been teaching and show you guys that it's possible. So a little bit of a different backstory to how we're getting to this. And this song has been mind-boggling to me. Normally, most songs will just come to me. They pretty much write themselves sometimes, I should say. But this one here has been, wow, it's been a real struggle. And actually, I kind of like those songs sometimes because they develop over time. And as they develop, you start to get a better appreciation for those songs. So with that being said, those individuals who are in that mixing bundle are going to be adding elements to this. Chris Knowles is going to be putting the drums down to this. Jürgen is going to be putting some strings, some piano, whatever he might feel like it needs. And then at the end of that, we'll all, fly all these tracks in together. We're working on these together through various different sources, whether it be Flock or Google Drive, whatever that might be. We're all working on this song together. We're collaborating on it. So then we will all nail down, okay, what do you feel like this song really needs? And we all will kind of vote on, yes, let's keep the strings. Let's keep, the acoustic guitar, whatever it might be. And then we'll just kind of build off of it from there until everyone's happy with the end result. Then I will then mix, master it, and release it. And everybody who helped will get their name on sort of the album credits of the song. So rather than just blab on about how the song is being created and what's all going on with the song, let's actually take a look at the song itself. I mean, that would be ideal, right? So I'm going to go ahead and freeze this last track because I never froze it. Which, by the way, I froze the tracks because as we're sharing Cakewalk bundle files, by freezing the tracks, if I own plugins that they don't own, they can still get the same sound on their end with my plugin. So essentially, it's a non-destructive way of folding that track down into an audio, sort of a bounced clip. But if they go and unfreeze it, then it completely just reverts back to wherever it started. So if they want to put different plugins that maybe they own on it, they can do that. It's an awesome way to collaborate back and forth using the Cakewalk bundles. Also, every single move that I've done, whether it be EQ, whether it be, routing, whatever that is, they see all of that. So there's no like trying to come back and forth about, well, how did you do this? Or what are we doing here? You can literally just go and you can see the very same thing that I'm doing on the screen, just like this. So essentially everything that you're seeing now on my screen is exactly what they will see as well. Hey, Rashik, good to see you, buddy. We got another first timer. I'm going to check this comment section out real quick because I got some new individuals in here I don't want to miss. 𝗚𝗏 says, will this only be an audio or will we watch you doing the song? So it's going to be a little bit of both. We're going to show you sort of the elements of the song, and then I might even add some elements into the song because I'm wanting to build onto this song. And I thought this would be a great way for you guys to actually see sort of the process of how this might, play out. So, hey, Micah and Marcel, good to see you guys. Definitely not first timers, but it's been a while. Appreciate each and every one of you that are here today, though. So with that being said, I guess it would be probably best to just go ahead and let you kind of hear where the song's at now. Now, remember, this song is still in the process. I have to preface that because my OCD and my need for perfectionism would say, no, don't listen to it right now. But that's kind of part of this learning process. We have to bear ourselves and, put our feelings on our sleeves and lay aside ego if we're going to try to help people. And so this song is definitely not completed. It's not in its completed state. But at least you'll kind of get the drift for where it's at now, and you'll see where kind of it's going. Now, generally speaking, this is kind of out of my wheelhouse, so this is kind of different. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to this while I do a little bit of preparation for the next portion of this, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. Oh, Mob the Gamer, welcome to intern. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was already an intern. And then something happened with his bank card, but he's back now. So thanks a lot, man. Appreciate the support. And by becoming an intern, you get access to, by the way, if you guys didn't know, if you become a member here on the channel or you follow the link in the description and you go to the Patreon page, you can get access to like tons of multi-tracks, including the Billie Jean multi-tracks. Those are not, I'm not asking you to pay for those. I'm just saying that they are there for those who actually give in a monthly donation. But what you are paying for is hands-on support. It's also a lot of, let's see, what's one of the big, the EQ cheat sheet. Absolutely had a lot of people tell me they absolutely love that. The fact that they can just go to that cheat sheet, pin it up on their desk and go, okay, here's where I need to look at. So, all right, so let's go ahead and take a listen to the song. Like I said, whenever and while we're listening to the song, I'm going to be doing a little bit of preparation, so I'll be off of camera. But I'm still here, okay? For those of you that are on Instagram, they're going to probably see me like scurrying around because I can't tell them I'll be back. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a listen to the song real quick. Out the sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, then you act as if I have never lived. Tired of this numbers game, just to see who's winning. Okay. All right. So now you kind of finally see where we're at. Like I said, this is definitely not finished, so by any means. However, we're definitely getting there. So I accidentally started it again. Didn't have the headphones on, so I couldn't hear that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start trying to add some elements to this. And one thing that I immediately wanted to do, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to share this. Mark, absolutely, man. Hey, if you want to hop on, email me, buddy. We'll definitely have you on there. If those of you who are not familiar with Mark Burgstaller, this guy is an amazing guitarist. He's actually traveled and toured with some of the world's greatest. And I find it an honor that he's here on the channel today. So thank you so much, Mark. For those of you also I've seen that were asking questions here, just real quickly, Bops is in the house. Hey, what's up, Bops? 𝗏6888 says, I don't have studio. Okay. But I use my phone for production. Nice. Good deal. Yeah, that's definitely a viable option today. I love Marcel's comment. You can make radio-ready songs in a bedroom. That's so true. That's actually what this is. This is just a extra bedroom in our house. So he says, I use BandLab, not Cakewalk. Absolutely. You can actually go back and forth between the two now. Marcel's talking about Chris. He says he's an extremely good drummer with an amazing feel for the song. Absolutely. Okay, so Mark's blushing. That's fine. Hey, if I don't give you a pat on the back, maybe nobody will. So, and I know I like a good pat on the back every once in a while, so why not? I'm going to be going from the Boss ME80. This has been sort of my preferred method. Normally, obviously, I love the sound of a good amp. I actually have an amp back over here, just off camera. It's a Johnston Marquis. Absolutely amazing amp. But right now would not be the ideal time to be blaring an amp. So I'm going to just kind of get some scratch tracks. For those of you who are not familiar with what a scratch track is, it's basically like a guide track. So for instance, the drums that you're listening to are VST drum instruments. They're addicted drums too. We used these as a guide track for the drummer, which in this case is Chris. So essentially we just laid down a quick drum loop, and I just put in some areas to give him an idea of where I want builds to be, where I would maybe want a fill to be. And but I use that instead of playing to a click because it's so much easier to play to drums than it is to a click. And so by putting that down, we're actually able to just go in there and everybody's on the same page. So for the question about the performance, how much is this eating up of my CPU? In fact, it's not eating up too much right now, especially because I have all of the tracks frozen. So that's another huge benefit of freezing tracks. It frees up a lot of CPU. So, wow, it's crazy how many people I've got jumping on here. Like, I want to help. So Marcel says, if you need some percussion or something, I'll be in to play you some tracks on this too as well. Awesome. Absolutely. Marcel is a giant in the studio. This guy, I don't think there's anything he can't play. In fact, if you were to purchase the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course, you'll hear Marcel's work in that. He played about 9 of the instruments on that. I'm just kidding. It was about 7. But he played a ton of instruments on that, percussion and keys and some acoustic guitar. And some, I mean, it was just, he was a godsend to that project. There were other individuals, Chris Knowles, Brian Barton on the bass, Chris Knowles on the drums. We had Jason Reeves on the lead guitar. It was just amazing. And that song came together so well. So if you want to get access to those multi-tracks, that is a part of the course. The course is $97, but don't be scared by the price. It's 6.5 hours worth of content, and you're guaranteed to get something out of it. Especially if you're a Cakewalk user, that's why it's a Cakewalk course. But even if you're not a Cakewalk user, their module 10 goes through step by step, loading in the project, recording the songs, creating the project. I mean, everything that you need to know about mixing that song. By the time you get done, you can actually add that to your portfolio. So I'm going to move some things around here real quick. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Maybe that's one of the side effects of being a YouTuber. Okay, so I'm going to be plugging my Boss ME80 into my Scarlett 6i6. And hopefully you all will actually be able to hear it on your end. That's the only thing I'm really worried about right now, because I'm not sure you're going to be able to. So I may be laying down guitar tracks that you can't even hear. So to do this, I'm just going to simply duplicate this track. Okay, click record. Make sure this is the Focusrite. I am going to record in stereo because the Boss ME80 actually allows you to record in stereo. But you know what? I don't even have to do that. What am I thinking? That's the wonderful thing about the Boss ME80. You can actually record through the USB feature. Ah, look at that. So now I don't even need to plug it in to my Focusrite. It's actually 24-bit 96K resolution too, so it's pretty stinking nice. I can put this back now. Oh, for those of you that don't know what I'm putting back, it's my Rodecaster Pro. If you're on Instagram, you can actually see it right now because the Instagram camera's facing sort of this way. I'm not even sure who's on Instagram right now. If you're on Instagram and I'm not paying attention to you, I'm just kind of looking this way. I apologize. There's a lot going on here in the chat that I can't keep up with both of them. So this will actually free up an extra cable. And hopefully I should be able to just link this bad boy right in there. So let me see. All right, so the problem is I won't be able to hear it coming through here unless I do this, and then there's latency. So what I'll have to do is, let's see, how can I get that to come up through here? Let's see, I would have to go up from here into here. I would probably need another cable to do that though. Let me see if I can do it this way. All right, that's kind of cool. Never done it that way before, but why not? The only problem is this is only coming out of the left side of my speaker. Let me check this. Advanced. Here we go. Well, anyway, we'll at least get I can at least hear it along with the song. So that's good. And you guys will still be able to hear it. It might just sound a little wonky on your end. Just checking out the chat section there real quick. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to re-record some of these little triads and arpeggios that we got going on here. So this is... Then we got some... So nothing too hard, but as you can see, those were definitely just scratch tracks. They were not anything that I was really that proud of. No stairway. Okay. I gotta find me a quick tone here real quick. Stairway's a $50 fine. Okay, so... Nah! So I've got kind of like a... It's not really a gritty tone. It's got a little bit of grit to it. But I got me something I feel like would be a good starting point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of play the song. I'm going to mute this track here. Mute this. Actually, I'm going to mute all these electric guitar tracks. I just kind of want to get a feel real quickly for this. The darkness of now are my triads. I got to be either right here or arpeggio triads, whatever you want to call them. With that being said, I don't like the grit on this right now. I think I want to make it cleaner and I can add grit later. And the grit settings I'm actually getting are from the amplifier emulation that I'm using within the pedal, which you can't see, unfortunately. Try to switch this to a clean amp. Oops. That sounds more like it. So I've got some delay, some reverb on that, just to kind of fill in the spaces where it won't be doing anything. And I'll just be kind of using these sort of to augment things that are happening in the mix. So let's go ahead and just try to do like a real quick run here. Okay, now I'm just going to use that real quick just to kind of check some levels, see where that's at. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so Mark, you're all over it, man. That's what I did. Actually, I switched to a clean amp setting and added some compression. So this still isn't spot on, but it's close enough to where I know I can dial it in. And it might just be my pickups. Right now I'm on the middle position. Don't like the neck. Let's go a little bit farther. There we go. Nice. So on this particular telly that I'm using, which it's my baby, this is my Squier thin line Telecaster. I just can't see it for the microphone, but I just installed some amazing Warman guitar pickups. If you've not heard of these guys, you've got to check them out. They are absolutely amazing. Their pickups are a cut above even the name brands. Mark, if you've not tried these guys, you've got to try these guys. I stumbled across them years ago on accident on eBay. I got a set of pickups for my Strat, and they were like $35. I'm like, there's something wrong here. And so I was like, well, the worst I would have to lose is $35. Why not? Put them in the Strat and was blown away. In my personal opinion, they even sound better than another brand that's really... You know who I'm talking about, by golly. All right, so I'm going to use this to kind of as my springboard and just kind of sprinkle some ideas in here. I don't really have a count in to know when it's going to happen because I actually erased the count in that was there. So I'm just going to Control A. Just move this up just a tad bit. That's moving every track in the project, by the way. Come down here to my drums. Now on my drum loop, just pull that out, and I've got a count in real quick. Here we go. I should have a count in real quick. What happened? Oh, I've got these all frozen, that's why. Let me unfreeze these. Now it should act like a drum VST again. Okay, and that's all on the up and up. Okay, so there's my count in. I'll come in on the at least I should. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about just taking the little bit that you have now and then trying to just see kind of where it stands right now. See if it fits, actually. Okay, I like that. It'd be a nice little intro. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that. Oops, wrong note. Alright, wasn't happy with that second note I hit. Okay, let me hear that again. No, I didn't like that extra little lick I put in there. I want to try to keep it sporadic and just simple. That should definitely work. I did too. You know what? Instead of doing a triad right there, I might save the triads for later. Because I'm doing sort of a barred triad. Maybe just do a... Because I do have some reverb on there. Let me try that out, see how that sounds. Yeah, I didn't care for that one. Totally missed the... too busy. There it was. All right, now just to check and make sure of the timing, because what happens a lot of times with, and it's not even, sometimes we think it's the guitarist timing when in actuality it's latency in the recording equipment. And as you can see, it's all spaced about the same space. So it wasn't my timing as it was the latency. It looks like I played a little late, but as you could hear, I actually didn't. So I'm just going to use the nudge feature and bring these back. That should sound a little more on time, so let's check it. Oop. Ah, there's my first beat. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. There we go. Oh, so I was actually playing, so it would have actually was late, not early. There we go. Now we should be spot on. Okay, now that'll be just a little bit in the background there. It won't be as up front and present as it is now. I'm going to go ahead and start throwing some reverb on there. Do a short reverb. You got to have that sort of platey sound. See how that sounds. Switch that over to stereo so it'll actually hit the stereo reverb. Nice, that sounded beautiful. Okay, so I'll take that reverb down just to about -6. It was a bit much. Not going to really worry about too much of it right now. I'm just kind of getting some ideas in there. Like I said, this is really just kind of fleshing out some different ideas. And then what we're going to do is I want to have more sporadic in the first verse, but I want it to build as it goes. So we'll start right here at verse 2, and I'll start implementing some arpeggios. So to give myself a little bit of a lead in, I'll go a little bit before. Latency compensation does take care of latency from plugins. However, it does not take care of latency from like a third interface. Like I'm using the Boss ME80, so there's latency from the Boss into Cakewalk. So if you ever feel like your timing was horrible and you keep going back and redoing it, you're like, I sounded like I was right on time. Might just be the latency. It may not be you at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. And of course, with everything I've got going on, I'm streaming to 2 different platforms and all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm sure my computer's going, what's going on? So, okay, let's go ahead and throw in some arpeggios here on verse 2. Just a little bit of, maybe not even arpeggios, maybe just some, sprinkle in some sweetness. Actually, I like the lower strings. Let's say this would be my D string. Might just throw that in there on that second verse. I remembered too, after the fact, my arrangement's completely thrown off because I've moved things, but that's okay. Tired of that might have been the take. I go down here and find my beat. Make sure I'm on my beat. We've got the beat, we've got the beat. Okay, so it looks like I'm just a tad bit before. Bring her back. Okay, let's take a listen.
Tired of this numbers game, just to see you pursuing shallow and seem so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through.
Ooh. I think I need to play a little harder. I want it to be just sort of underneath, but I don't want it dominating, but I think... See, I kind of like that little line right there. Helps to sort of harmonize, or not harmonize, but to accentuate the verse, so...
Follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through.
Missed my opportunity. Man, that was going so great too. I like to get little stuff like this in one take. If I have to go back and overdub, you lose vibe and feel.
Follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this...
That first one was better.
Tired of this numbers game, just to see you pursuing shallow and seem so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this...
I wouldn't hit that off note right there.
Tired of this numbers game.
I want to get that slide.
Tired of this numbers game, just to see you pursuing shallow and seem so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through.
Nice. Jurgen, it was good to have you on here, buddy. Sorry to see you go at the same time. I think that one actually worked. So here's my snare kick. Okay, bring her back just a tad. Oops. I think I just moved the wrong thing. Oops. Woo. Oh, redo. And redo. Okay, that should be close enough. Get a little feel for it.
Tired of this numbers game, just to see you pursuing shallow and seem so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that
Okay, I liked all of it except for where I hit early right here. Where did I go? Right here.
I follow you, you follow me to the depths of gravity. The words go no way.
Okay, and that's easily remedied. Instead of having to go back and lose that vibe. Create a split right here and a split right here. And I'm just going to move that up to where I feel like it needed to come in, which was actually right here.
Gravity.
But before that.
To the depths of gravity.
A little bit sooner than that. It wasn't too far off, but
Gravity. To the depths of gravity. The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness of this world. You follow me to the depths of gravity.
maybe instead of it being late, it was too early. It wasn't early enough.
Follow me to the depths of gravity.
Yeah, that was the case. It was too late, not too early. Little crossfading of the. Bring that up there.
Follow me to the depths of gravity. Follow me to the depths of gravity.
I think it's right here. Is where it needs to actually reside.
You follow me to the depths of gravity.
That's it.
The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through.
Nice. Okay. Now what I'm going to do to make sure that that doesn't get lost, just highlight that and go bounce to clip. And bada bing, bada boom.
I follow you, you follow me to the depths of gravity. The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through. So I follow you, you follow me to the depths of gravity. The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through. And there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived. I think it's finally time that.
Okay, so that's a little idea for that there. Do a little lead in.
The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give.
I got off timing there.
The words go no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness
pick those.
A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
I'm not hitting those hammer-ons in the same spot every time. It's driving me nuts.
A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
Closer, but it wasn't quite there.
A word for no weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
All right, so that should be awesome. Hey, Mark, go ahead and definitely reach out to me on Facebook as well. If you want to be involved in this song, you want to lay down some stuff too, by all means, man, hop on, hang out, see what we can do.
A word for
Have a good one, brother.
weight, and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
See, that one actually didn't sound like, even though it might have been off time, it actually didn't sound bad. And it looks like it wasn't that far off time that time. Or maybe it was. I don't know anymore. Here we go. So I think that should have been there. Let's try that.
That this world is going through has opened up my...
No, that was too far. I think it's right here.
This world is going through
There we go.
has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
That was nice. Okay. Nice. All right. Midnight Blue movie says, I think you're brave for doing this live. Yeah, it does take a little bit of confidence in your abilities. I'm not not creating anything crazy. Not creating anything crazy here. Just having some fun. Okay, and I'm just kind of adjusting some curves. One of my favorite here as of late, one of my favorite crossfades, especially for stuff like this where you're kind of splicing stuff together. If you just right click over the crossfade area. Oh, now it's not going to do it. So you can choose your crossfade here. I think the crossfade area has to be larger so you can actually get in the middle of it. There it is. Slow out, fade in. There you go. Slow, fade out, fast in. Sort of been my go-to here lately. I'll bring that right back down about right there.
There is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived.
Okay, so now I've definitely got some ideas about what I want to do for verse chorus. I'm just going to build off of those ideas. I won't keep you here all day while I'm doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on to something else that I'm hearing on this song that I want to do. And actually I had a lot of people requesting, like, how do you do this? So I'm going to kind of show you guys. I'm going to create, if I can, I'm going to try anyway, and create a choir with just one person. Okay? This is going to take a lot of CPU usage, so I'm going to go ahead and start freezing tracks that need to be froze here. Okay. Go ahead and close that arranger because that's useless right now. Collapse these. Everything else should be good. Okay, so I'm going to be creating the choir during the bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and hang this guitar up real quick. Ooh, that sounded cool. All right, and for this next portion, we're going to be recording using the Rode NT1A as our vocal mic. I'm using this mic particularly because of the fact that it has a bright footprint, which is going to keep me from having to EQ things too much as far as the background vocals. And also it's just going to be a good sonic footprint to work off of. I'm going to be using this track here that says backing vocals. And I'm going to change that to choir vocals. Okay, I'm going to also do this. I'm going to do choir vocals low. Go over here and duplicate this track. This is going to be choir vocals low 2. Duplicate the track again. And you guessed it, choir vocals low 3. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this track 3 more times. Okay. This is going to be mid 1. Mid 2. I know this part isn't real enthusiastic. That's not even the word I'm looking for. This part isn't real fun, okay? finally get there. Okay. I just noticed I have a little altar boy on every one of these tracks, and I need to change that. Okay, so this will be highs 1, high 2, high. If you're watching this video and you've not given it a like as of yet, or you haven't subscribed to the channel, shame on you. The Power Rangers don't like you. I still like you, but I don't know about the Power Rangers. I can't speak for them. And I'm going to go ahead and change the color of each one of these background vocals, just so that I'll just use this yellow for the highs, just so it'll be a little bit easier to get my head wrapped around them. I'll use green for the mids. And then for these lows, I'll use my favorite color for bass, purple. That should help me to be able to find these a lot easier. I don't like yellow. That's not working. Let's go with this. Yeah, let's go with this teal color. I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and select all of these. Make sure I got them all selected here. And I'm going to delete every instance of little altar boy that's on these. Oh, it's not going to let me do a mass delete. Well, that's not cool. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have duplicated 40 versions of this track. With most things in Cakewalk, if you hold the control button, you can do multiple things at once. You can, like I just showed, where you can recolor all the tracks at the same time. You can group tracks, their faders and different parameters and settings. You can group them by using the control button. Evidently, this is one feature where you cannot group things. You can't, which is funny because you can do it on the Pro channel, but you can't do it on the, okay. Enough of that. I normally will start with the lows because it's the easiest on the voice. When you go into doing the highs, it's the hardest on the voice. So I usually do not start with the highs. I always start with the lows. And then this is the section that we're working on, is right here. Oops, I got the acoustic still soloed out. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you find that I have nothing left to give. Okay. Let me know in the chat if you guys are still here, because it's showing on my end that there was actually a problem with the stream. Which is weird because I'm not seeing it. I figured by now you guys would have said something. It says I still have 12 viewers, but it's showing that the stream is like blank. It's not working. It's weird. If we're still live on your end, let me know. Okay. I definitely don't want to. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. All right. I wasn't sure there because over here it said that it kicked you guys off or something. It was weird. So basically, this is the section that we're going to be adding this to. We're going to be doing the lows, the mids, and the highs. And I'm just going to loop this section. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to be turning this microphone off, turning that one on. So I'm going to try to position the camera where you can actually still see me. All right. Hopefully you can hear me. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Check 1, check 2, check. Check 1, check 2, check. Hello, hello, hello. Check 1, check 2, check. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. The sickness of this world is... Okay, so essentially, it's just sort of a real quick ooze. We're just kind of oozing here. But what I did was I'm about, I would say a foot away from the microphone, pop filter in place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually locate the microphone to a different area of the room, step back farther. This will be for my second take of the lows. It's not going to pick up as well, but it's going to pick up differently, and that's what I want. I actually want the room sound in this. So I'm going to go ahead and move it up to here. All right. And I'm going to step back about 3 to 5 feet this time.
I'm alive. 𝗪𝗆 she to give me change. It's all I need to
Okay, so now I've moved it to a different area of the room. I've stepped back a lot farther than I have in the first take. And now I'm going to move it to a different place in the room again and go back even farther. And this time you're going to have to see my backside.
I'm alive. The sick.
Okay, so no, I don't do this with every vocal. This is just this time for these choir type vocals. That's kind of what I'm displaying here, is how to create sort of a choir out of one person. So as you can see, I've moved it to 3 different locations. I've done 3 different takes of the low. Now I'm going to do 3 different takes of the mid. So if a low was ooh, then the mid is going to be ooh, something like that. I'm tone deaf right now. But let's move on to the mids and we'll kind of feel it out and see where we should go from there. Okay, so I'm going to do like sort of a practice run here just to see where the mids need to be. Obviously you want to harmonize. Okay, so I think that was close, but I definitely didn't feel like I nailed it. No, I just have 2 screens. That's how I'm able to see what I'm streaming on. And I'm drinking coffee to help this voice of mine. 𝗪𝗀 𝗂𝗃, good to see you, buddy. We're just doing some shenanigans here. So the first ooh had sort of a different timbre to it. I want to kind of break this up so it doesn't sound like another octave, just another octave. I want to kind of break it up to where even the harmony sounds just a tad bit different. I'm struggling with that last one, so the last ooh. Let's check it out.
I'm alive.
Not my favorite take, but you know what? We're going to roll with it because that's what Melodyne's for.
I'm alive. I'm alive.
All right, I'm going to redo that take. Wasn't too keen on some of the takes there that were in that one. I'm going to move this way too.
I'm alive. And keep on walking in the light.
Okay, and now the one I feared the most, the highs. Appreciate the comments, by the way. Guys, you're awesome for all the comments. Marco Kush, you got a good point there. Ooh, ah. Might do that with the highs. Maybe. We'll try to see if I can incorporate that with the highs. Maybe help them to lift that last part like you're speaking of, which would probably be the last 8 bars, but we'll see. First things first, got to get sort of a feel for this. I'm going to turn down all of those backing vocals now because as they're stacking up, they're getting rather loud. Try and get a feel for how the high should sound. If I fall on the floor here of exhaustion in a minute because I'm trying to do these highs that I obviously can't do, call 911 or something. First take.
world to love outside yourself and a life to live with someone else.
Lord have mercy. Last take, hopefully. Whew. I had to break into my head voice on that one. Okay, so there was definitely some voice crackage going on there. And as you can hear, my voice is raspier than it ever has been. Let's check it out, though. There was one where my voice cracked horribly, and I want to maybe go back and fix. Wow, this is, talk about bearing your soul. I thought there was one where my voice cracked here. Where's this one? Yep, that was it. Okay, so let's see. That was the take where I was over. I think that was the second. Yeah, so I wasn't that far away from it. All right, and let us never speak of this again. Let's see if that sounds better. Oh, muted the wrong thing there. Okay, now let's take all these here. Appreciate you guys sticking with me this long. Tim, I know. I didn't think I could do it either. All right, so now I'm just simply folding these down to tracks now. Bouncing them down to tracks, rather, to take care of any cuts that I might have just made for retakes. Fade in, fade out. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to move back up to these here. Do a quick cut on these here. Okay, and last but not least, now could you imagine if you tried to sing the highs first? Would not work. Okay, so now we've got some little fade in, fade out points. We've got all of our highs, lows. Let's not speak of the highs ever again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bus all of these to a choir bus. Let me pull up my console view real quick. Okay. Insert stereo bus. And we're going to call this 𝗏. Okay. This will allow us to take control of every element of the choir all at the same time. So I don't have 1,000,001 plugins on the whole choir. All right, now I'm going to select all of the choir vocals. Hold the control button and set their out position to choir. Now they all should be able to be controlled by one fader. I'm going to set all of their respective volumes to 0. Okay. And we're going to have one up the middle, one left, one right. We're going to do this with all of them. One up the middle, one left rather, one right. One up the middle, one left, and one right. Okay, so now they're all panned respectively. With them all being selected, I'm going to go ahead and insert the short verb. So they're all being sent to the short reverb that I have here, the medium verb, and I'm going to insert the long verb. This will give me the greatest amount of control over where they set in the mix. Okay, and now with all of them selected, I'm going to remove all of their faders down to 0. I brought them all to 0 to begin with. That way, whenever I move them all to 0, they all would effectively be at 0. Now I'm going to bring up the console view once again. So here's all of the choir tracks that we just made. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to low cut every one of them, starting at like 100 hertz. By the way, if you're in the console view, you can click on the Pro Channels EQ plot and actually just copy it over to the next one. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah, I do have the drums in there. I can play bass, but I'm not a bassist. I have an individual I just reached out to today, Brian Barton, who may be actually jumping on and doing a bass line for us. So, good point though, because yes, bass is very, very important. So now on every one of these as well, I'm going to dip out about 317 hertz. And I'm going to go ahead and go up to 20,000 kilohertz and put a high pass on those as well. That should take care of any of that high-end hiss that you might hear from several different recordings at once. And I'm going to bring it down to about 12,000 kilohertz. Okay, that's a good starting point for all of them, and then I can EQ them differently based off of how they sound. All right, now with them being all sent here, you know, I could have just inserted the sends here. Didn't even think about that. Would have saved myself a ton of time. That's all right. So there should be a way to... Why is it popping up like that? It's driving me nuts. Hold on. There we go. I'll just delete all of that on all of them. And then I won't have so much CPU usage being bombarded. There we go. Oh, I sent that to the sidechain reverb. That needs to be short verb, medium verb, long verb. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the long verb down considerably, medium verb down considerably, and this one down considerably. Let's take a listen to how this sounds now. Oh yeah, I've got them turned down. Hello. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not hearing anything. All right, so let's begin to blend these. I'm going to go ahead and select the track. Shift L will loop it just on the portion I've selected, which should be all of the vocals here. Let's go ahead and start bringing up the lows first. Okay. This is true. Greater flexibility would have been granted. However, I'm going to essentially treat it all like one vocal because it's just going to kind of be in the background. I do see what you're saying, though. Yes, if I definitely could have done it that way. We'll see. Maybe I should have done it that way. Let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the mix to kind of get this to set in there a little bit better. Now I can do that all with just the one fader. Okay, here we go, bring in the mix.
Talk is cheap, forgive me, change is all I'll need to make this call. The burden of what's your name will be enough to make me fall before the idol that this world has raised in ignorance. I'll boldly stand for what is right and keep on walking in the light. When I have drawn my final breath, my conscience clean before my death, I'll raise my voice in victory, 'cause pride has not defeated me. There's a world to love outside yourself and a life to live with someone else.
Okay, not too bad. Definitely needs some work, but not too bad. So essentially you can see how that you can create a choir though from one vocalist. Are there different ways to do it? Absolutely. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Probably. This is how I'm doing it today, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. I hope that this stream that we've done today has been incredibly useful for you as well.
Talk is cheap, forgive me, change is all I'll need to make this call. The burden of what's your name will be enough to make me fall before the idol that this world has raised in ignorance. I'll boldly stand for what is right and keep on walking in the light. When I have drawn my final breath, my conscience clean before my death, I'll raise my voice.
Okay. Anyway, I hope that you were able to get something out of today's live stream. If you were, let me know in the comments section, and let me see what you think about it. If there's something that you would have done differently, if maybe there's a different method that you use to do this, post that in the comments. If you have a video, by the way, on your channel of you doing that, post that in the comment section too. We'd love to share that with you guys. Until next time, though, remember that we can all dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. By the way, I want to make mention of the fact that the August song contest is going on. So if you have a song that you'd like to submit for the August song contest, by all means, use the link in the description of this video to go and submit your song. You'll be redirected to a Google form, which will allow you to upload your song right there. You don't have to go into any crazy, like, how can I email it to you, all that. Just simply upload it right to there. It'll also give you all of the rules and the stipulations of how to submit a song, what kind of song you can submit. Go and check it out. And I would encourage each and every one of you to submit a song. What you're going to get from that is a live listen together, where we're going to actually have the feedback together of that song. I'll give you my professional critique on what I think could make the song better, if anything. Sometimes I have nothing to say about some of the submissions. And then also, you're going to get, whoever wins gets a free mix and master from yours truly, usually done live here on the channel so that everyone can benefit from that. Now, let's talk about the winner of the June contest, because I know a lot of you are like, wow, he's done all this, but maybe you just tuned in just to hear who the winner was. If you're wondering, we're actually going to go ahead and play it here on the channel today too, while we're ending this out. I'm going to go ahead and save this project here so I don't lose any of this information. And I'll just open up a blank one here. And we will reveal the winner this way. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to empty project. All right, are you ready? Getting ready to fly in the winner here. Hold on. Don't be taking a peek at my desktop yet. For whatever reason. Oh, I didn't extract it. Hello. I was like, this ain't working. Yeah, because I never extracted it. Okay. There we go. All right. We're going to reveal the winner of the June edition of the HSS Song Contest. And here we go. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? The winner is Marco Kush with his song Disarray. Let's take a listen. You can't hear anything because I have the master set to something different. Oh, I got it set to the 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗶. All right, here we go. Let's take a listen to this song. This is the one that won the last song contest, so check it out. All right, so we're not going to listen to the entire song today because obviously if he allows me to do so, and I think he clicked the yes box on allowing me to mix this live if he won. So, Marco, congratulations, buddy. You definitely deserve it. I love the song, love the emotion in the song. Yet again, I'm a sucker for songs with emotion. So that definitely, that's what one of the key factors was. I was like, you know, it's speaking about, you know, political stuff, and a lot of people be like, no, get away from that. But however, in this time and hour, you know, we need someone with a voice to stand up and speak out against indifferences and you know, injustices. So thank you so much for submitting the song. Congratulations, man. Looking forward to getting in contact with you. So go ahead and send me an email, or you can message me on the HSS collab group, however you'd like to get a hold of me, and then we can talk about how you want to get those tracks to me. If you're working in Cakewalk, a bun file is going to be awesome. It'll work wonders. If not, you can always send me just the multi-tracks, and then I can take and fly them into Cakewalk from there, and yeah, we can go from there. So congratulations once again. If you did win, if you've been a previous winner, or you won this time, Marco, be sure to find that video where I'm announcing the winner, or that post where I announce the winner, and share it with your friends and family. Let them know that you won. Let them see, you know, the fruit of your labor, that you put hard work into something and that it actually got recognized. So that's not only going to help you, it's going to help the channel as well. Get more eyes on the channel, get more people over here, hopefully interested in what we're doing. So thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in today. I appreciate each and every time that I go live, that you guys are here, that you're supporting me. Yeah, just I can't say enough about it. Before we go, one last thing. We have to spin the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right, the wheel. Let me get Casey. I think he's... Casey, are you ready, buddy? Okay, yeah, he's coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, 𝗬𝗄 𝗬𝗀. Thank you, Robert, for having me on the show today. I'm on the show every day that you spin the wheel, because my only job here at McClellan Productions' Mockingbird Studio is to spin the wheel of awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to see where it lands. Casey, I feel like you're kind of slipping, man. That just wasn't as, I don't know, it just wasn't as Casey-fied as it normally is. Robert, that's not a word. Okay, yeah, you're totally right. That's not even a word. Anyway, Casey, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. And let's see where this wheel lands. And hopefully, if by chance, we'll actually get to help these people out with some wheel spinach. Casey, what's going on? Robert, I'm not going to spin the wheel today. Why? You never paid me for last week. What are you talking about? I didn't pay you. I paid you. You asked for Cheetos and you asked for Big Red, and I gave you both. The Big Red was stale, Robert. You didn't say it had to be fresh Big Red. You just said Big Red. You know what? I'm not going to do. We're live right now. What are you doing, Casey? All you're doing is stalling time because you're trying to find the button to spin the stinking. You're right, Casey, but I'm not going to buy that. Of course you're not going to buy it because you're a cheapskate. You can't even pay Casey to spin the wheel. And you're having dialogue with yourself right now. What kind of a person are you, Robert? Well, I'm probably nuttier than squirrel poop, okay? Just leave me alone. Ladies and gentlemen, for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to spin the wheel. Hold on. Let me open up a different browser. I bet you were wondering, how long is this guy going to have dialogue with himself? If the wheel is broken, we will do something else. But apparently right now it's acting like it wants to be broke. Yeah, it's like it's not spinning or nothing. How weird is that? Okay. Let me try something else here. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's totally not working. The wheel is broken, folks. This is so weird. Why is it not working? Oh, wow. Now it just totally went away. Okay, you know what, guys? Sorry, I'm not sure why the wheel is not working. Casey, I believe Casey might have broken the wheel because I didn't pay him. This is so weird. Like I'm clicking the spin button and there's nothing happening. Crazy. Okay, well, you know what? We may not be able to spin the wheel today, but what we can do. Wait a minute. I think I might have figured it out. Nope, that didn't do it. All that did was move the wheel. The wheel is revolting. All right. You're going to let me spin you or else. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not letting me spin it. Oh, well, you know what? I tried, guys. It's the Matrix. A bad belt. All right. Well, you know what? We'll just have to spin the wheel another time. Let's give some shout outs to these individuals who have recently subscribed to the channel. Thank you all so much. Wouldn't be here without subs. And we are quickly growing every single day, by the way. So good to have each and every one of you hopping on as a subscriber. Okay, so maybe the wheel wasn't able to spin, but maybe we can do something else. Let's let's do something else here. Can't spin the wheel. That stinks. Okay, so what we are going to do, though, is we're going to talk real quickly, just for a brief moment. We have a 10,000 subscriber mark coming up. For those of you who are still here, you're going to be privy to this before anyone else. When I reach 10,000 subscribers, we're going to have some giveaways. There's also going to be a little sort of box type thing where you can, much like any other giveaways, where you can submit different things, share it to different places to get more entries into that giveaway. When that thing goes live, for those of you who are here, I want you to share it. If you share it with the hashtag #IWasHere, you're going to get 10 more entries whenever that goes live. Okay? All right. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and end the stream today. I got a couple of questions here I'm going to answer real quick. What mic did you use and interface? So right now for my interface, I'm using the Rodecaster Pro. I'm doing this simply because it's doing all kinds of things at once. So it's my microphone input for this. It's my microphone input for these. It can help to control the loudness of the DAW in my headphones, as well as I can take phone calls if I have any. It's got 4 inputs. I'm actually using the SM7B for my mic now, and I'm also using the Rode NT1A back there for the choir vocals today. So that was sort of the rundown on that. If y'all have any questions whatsoever after this point, feel free to email me, get a hold of me on the HSS collab group. And if you have not as of yet, please, I would urge you to please go over and check out the Patreon page. You're going to get a ton of free stuff over there just for signing up. Well, I guess it's not free if you got to pay $1 a month. For $1 a month or more, you can sign up, and depending on what tier you come in at, you unlock extra little goodies. If you come in at $1, though, you're actually going to get access to quite a few things, including some awesome multi-tracks that you can then add to your mix portfolio, or you can at least play around with. Some of them, obviously, you can't. But yeah, I think you're going to have a lot of fun over there, and you're going to help support a channel that's trying to do its best to help individuals out. So if that sounds like something you'd be willing to do, check out the Patreon page. I'll be posting a link in the description of, okay, the link is already in the description, but I'll be posting a link in the chat now for those of you who may be wondering what I'm talking about. You should be able to go over there too and check out all of exactly everything that you get for signing up too. So that way you won't be blindsided. Well, what do I get if I sign up? It should show you in the little section there, like what you have access to. So if you're privy to that, please do so. It's going to help to support the channel. The more that we can generate income-wise, the more giveaways I can have, the special guests I can bring on that I can actually afford to pay them to come on, because sometimes we've had some pretty heavy hitters on here, but they've actually agreed to come on for free. So big shout out to those individuals: Warren Hewart, Ethan Weiner, Matt Boudreau, 𝗵𝗆𝗋𝗋, Jesse Josephson, Graham Cochran, Joe Gilder, you name it. Had a lot of cool people on here. So at any rate, Mark George says, join, it's worthwhile. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. He's been a member now for quite some time, and he, as far as I know, I think he's just riding in there at the dollar mark. And if he thinks it's worth it at $1, I'm sure you're going to think it's worth it as well. So I'm not really sure. I'm checking on him right now. Yeah, he's at the base tier of $1. So, and if he feels like it's worth it at $1, I'm sure you could get something out of it as well. So thank you, Mark, for that nice little shout out there. All right. Well, until next time, guys, remember, we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, remember, you're all awesome.